Hi everybody, Carl here with the bright light above me, but trying to do just like Hollywood. It gets kind of tough. But anyway, I'm back again in the lab, and I wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I kind of set a little deal up here, and I'm going to explain that in a second. And if you hear in the background, I kind of got, it's a mixture of a couple stations actually on my little crystal that I have going. And I've been trying different coils and different setups because I wanted to have an idea of maybe some things I can pass on to you. So okay, so let me get flipped around here and I'll kind of show you where I'm up to. Where I'm up to, that don't sound right. What I'm up to, okay. Okay, this is the setup I have right now. I got a volume control. I still have the two capacitors. This is the antenna capacitor. This is basically the tuning capacitor. I'm still going with the coil. I've tried a whole bunch. Well, I'm not going to show you right now. I've tried a bunch of them, and that one seems to work the best right now. And I do have it middle tapped, and that's those up there. And I've got it running through LM386 amp, a very simple, no preamp, running off a 9-volt battery at the moment through one of my little toy speakers. And that's where I'm at. Now, here's the thing. I had tried doing the, like I said, the third part of this is using an AM transmitter. And I did use my talking house just to see how it's going to work, because that's like ready to go. I know it works. It's kind of cheating, but what can I say? So that's what I did, and man, it just came in like crazy. Now here's the point that I'm going to try to make. I think we should have fun building several different kinds of crystal radios. And I'm going to get my whiteboard and I'm going to show a couple easy designs. I guess the thing is, and I'm trying to make the point here, is you will see that if you have a good transmitter close by, close AM transmitter, that just about any crystal that you design, you don't have to do much fiddling with it, and you'll get it to come in. So, the thing is to get it to where it comes through the best, then run it through your amplifier, and then you've got like your own little system. You are broadcasting what you want to hear through your radio, through your amplifier to your speaker. How cool is that, huh? So, let me get my whiteboard, and I'll kind of explain to you this system, what this crystal is, because as you can see, it's very, very simple. But it's easier if you see it drawn out. Okay, I'm back. I just want to show you something real quick. You can kind of hear this station here. They're kind of talking about sports and stuff and that, and it's not coming in real well. But if I take and adjust the antenna capacitor, now I think you can hear it's a little bit better. Let me try a little bit more. There we go. Now, okay, anyway, there. It took me a little bit. It's going to take, things don't come in like all, you got to work at them, you got to tweak them a little bit. But by using that other capacitor, that antenna capacitor, I actually got it separated where there was another channel way in the back trying to bounce in a little bit. Now, let's see if we can get another channel here real quick. Well, that's even almost a little too loud here. And I've got the volume down all the way. So let me knock it out of tune a little bit here. There. Now I can actually turn it up here then. But I mean, you know, you can get channels in really good. And that's kind of what was happening when I did the transmitter, the Talking House. It came over really loud, and I turned the volume down all the way, and it was still coming in loud. So let me knock that off a second. Now let me show you here. This is what I have right now. Okay, I got a coil, and it has several taps in it. I'm on the first tap, but you gotta try them all. Here's the antenna. Antenna comes into the tuning capacitor, or the antenna capacitor, which is the second one over there. Okay, then the other side of that goes to the first tap. At the same time, the first tap also goes to the one connection on the tuning capacitor. And then let's see. Okay, and that's that one here. And then the other side of the capacitor goes to the other side of the coil. Okay, now the diode. Okay, one side, the side. Not the stripe side, not the line side, but the other side goes to one side of the coil. The other side of the diode, the one at the line side, goes to one side of the earphone. The other side of the earphone goes to the end of the coil, as does the ground. And then your ground, so your ground's connecting your earphone, and it's connecting your capacitor. So that's what I have here, and it's like it's a real simple setup. Now, one thing else that I did, instead of having the two separate lines go to the tap, if you make a coil and you sand like the area here so you can run a bar across it, that's where I have this here. I made this so I can hook both of my clips to the end here, and then I can run this along the coil. So I've got this set up so I can do several different radios. I can try different setups and stuff. And what I did here, this is just cardboard, and I painted it, and to give it a little bit better surface, and to have it look so it's easier to look at and see what you're doing. So that's basically what I've done. Now, one thing I want to mention, because we'll make this one short, but I just wanted to show you, this is just one setup. Well, hold on, let me do something. Now you guys have that. I'm going to show you something else here. Give me a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, now here's a really, really simple design. You have your antenna, and remember, you got to have a pretty good long antenna, and you got to have a good ground. Like I said, I have mine going to the ground through my electrical. And if you're not comfortable doing that, run it to a water pipe or run it outside directly to the ground, however you got to do. But in here, you've got your antenna, you have your coil, and you might want to do different coils. And you could even tap them different, so instead of having it down here, you could tap up here or here, And then between these two, you have your tuning capacitor, and it can be, one of these. It can be one that's like that. Matter of fact, See that one right there? I got that on eBay. It was like about $18 or something. I mean, you can get those too. In different times they're cheaper. Some are more expensive. Now I'm just saying there are a bunch out there, but you gotta, you know. Then you have your diode, and once again the line side goes to your earphone, and then one side of your earphone, one side of your capacitor, and one side of your coil goes to the ground. That's about basic simple as you can get. Now remember, here's another thing. Your earphones, it has to be like a quartz or a crystal type earphone. You can't use like earbuds or the kind of earphones that you plug in like your MP3 players and your phone and that. Matter of fact, these little, and here's one right here. That's what they normally look like. Now, they're so, anyway, just remember, they look like this, and they're so sensitive that if you take and touch the ends together, you'll hear a crackle out of your earphone. So they're very, very sensitive. And like I said, you just can't, regular earphones are not going to work with this. So keep that in mind. Or, you know, you could just go directly to an amplifier. And, you know, basically, what you do is you would take this line and run it to your amp. This line goes to the ground, and then your amp is ground, and then you go to the speaker. So you could eliminate the earphone if you don't want to go out and buy an earphone. Now I tell you, there's I can't think of the site right now. He does a lot of science stuff in that, and I'll try to put a link down in the description box where he shows you can build your own variable capacitor by using a couple of tubes, some cardboard, aluminum foil, and some tape. So I mean, you know, you can, and the one he builds is really good, and he does a lot of stuff on crystals too. And you know, talk about being prepared. In my memory, because I have no memory. Well, it comes and goes. It doesn't try to help me at all. Let's put it that way. But he has a whole lot on crystals, and you pick up a whole lot from him on that. As a matter of fact, I think he does one where he builds an amplifier too. So, you know, like I said, I'll put a link down there where on his basic crystal one, and probably some of you guys have already seen it. You know, if you're watching this, you're having interest, you've probably already seen this too. But okay, so like I said, you can go from, you know, this here, and if you're running a transmitter that's anywhere as close to having any kind of power, this is going to pick it up. So, you know, the only fun thing is, you know, some people, you can put a resistor in between here, and that will, remember, anytime you modify it, it'll knock down the strength of what you're hearing, but it'll help bring things in more, you know, so your sensitivity gets stronger, but the power decreases, which when you have an amplifier, that really helps. So always keep that in mind too. But you can get as basic as this, and then you can build a real basic 386, which we'll go over here in one of the next couple of videos, and then we'll go back and look at some of the different transmitters again that we can do, and then we'll have our little system built. So okay, that's enough for now, because I'm trying to hold this here, and like you know, I'm not a steady rock guy anymore. So I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a great day, and see you soon.